This, guys, is a iguana that you don't normally see here in the States. This is one of those lizards that I'd love to one day work with and set up a nice habitat for. Look at this, guys. You gotta cradle him like a baby. Oh, look at that. I think this is one of the most unique and interesting looking lizards that I've ever seen. They call it a Caiman lizard because it looks superficially like a Caiman crocodilian. Dude, I am really psyched on this, man. They're gorgeous. Say hello, Vanessa. Hi. We're hanging out here at Crutchfield's farm. There's Vanessa and Tom's just off here. You know, it's always fun when we come down to this area because we get to pick Tom's brain and see all of his animals. And the cool thing about his animals is people will come to my house and say, "Oh, Kenny, your animals are so well behaved." Well, Tom takes it to another level.
We sincerely thank all of you happy campers out there. Your support makes a real difference in our efforts here at Kamp Kenan.
This week's shout out goes to Mike DePaula.
Thank you for all you do and for loving reptiles.
Well, all the animals here are extremely interactive. And I always say the Latin name wrong here, but this is the Lesser Antilles iguana. And this is Delicatissima.
Iguana delicatissima.
Delicatissima. This, guys, is a iguana that you don't normally see here in the States. I believe Ty Park has some. Yeah. Tom has gotten a hatchling out of this already. Is that true?
Yeah, we'll hatch more than
that is so awesome. And they look superficially, to the untrained eye, like a common green iguana. But they're actually,
look at the head.
That's right. Tom, why don't you come on over here? Can you manage? Tom's going through some, we gotta wish Tom well because he's getting some knee surgery. Tom beat himself up a little bit. But Tom, talk to me a little bit. May I, can I handle this one?
You put your hands up under it and just pick it up and she'll let you.
Is this the female?
Yeah, just put her on your shoulder.
Her name is Dorothy.
Or hold her like that.
Oh my God, guys, look at her.
Oh, she likes it.
She is beautiful. This is a beautiful animal. This is one of those lizards that I'd love to one day work with and set up a nice habitat for. They're found only on a couple islands, right?
Well, here's the problem with them. They're found in the Lesser Antilles, but their last stronghold is the island of Dominica.
Okay.
And the reason is that is for introduced green iguanas, which hybridize with these, which basically destroy their genetic diversity, as well as they're not even pure anymore. Interestingly enough, the green iguanas are brought in mostly by Hondurans who work there from Honduras as a food source.
Get out of here.
And they are established also on Dominica, but there are still good populations there. But this is a critically endangered species if there ever was one.
Wow, look at that. And just look at, Matt, come over here and look at the back of the head, on top of the head. Look at these like nodules, these little, I can't really call them spikes. I guess they might be.
That's like a rhino iguana.
Yeah.
Big,
that's really cool, and that's way more prominent on this species than I've seen on common greens. But you can see that these guys probably showed up on those islands many millions of years ago.
Isolated. Look at what you have to do on all of those islands, because I've done a lot of research on that, is you have to look at how old they are geographically. Geographically, the oldest island, really, or at least in the Greater Antilles, believe it or not, is the island of Cuba.
Okay.
Which is thought to come from, it's about, I don't know, several million years old. But then when you get the Cuban boa, it has the external labial pits, which none of the other Chilobophorus do.
Okay.
But it's very different if you look at it on clay from the phylogeny stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it's the same with all of this stuff. It depends on how old the islands were. Like the Bahamas, for instance. They're only 80,000 years old.
Right. They're young islands.
Young islands.
They just popped up out of the ocean with the with the sea level.
Correct.
That's amazing. So this is really cool. I would definitely be interested in, Tom, if you do produce some more.
We should have about a dozen this year.
Well, that would be very cool to set up a cool habitat. Go ahead, look at how calm she is.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And you know,
I didn't really want to get off.
I know. It's almost like she relished maybe the warmth of my hands or just wanted to spend time with me.
Just wanted to spend time. She's curious.
That's really cool.
She will actually not eat her food. When I bring her food in, she will not eat her food and hold her head up for her meal.
Same with Roscoe.
I've got videos of it.
Yeah, Roscoe, come meet Roscoe. You guys have seen him before on video. Let's make sure.
Up and just Vanessa will bring it.
Look at this. So, how awesome is it to just have two rhino iguanas hanging out? Oh, can we open the gate in? Yeah, perfect. Look at this, guys.
Just pick him up, put your hand on his chest and back under his back leg.
Look at this. You got to cradle him like a baby. Oh,
Shoulder.
look at that. We'll just do it right here. So here's Roscoe. Now, how long have you had Roscoe?
20-something years.
20-something years. This species
So.
can live 50, 60 years, no problem, and even get older than that. So Tom, you've had him since he was a little baby.
Since he hatched.
That's
I hatched
incredible.
him.
Yeah, that's incredible. And how long before, since you had him, did you notice he started to tame up?
Well, within a few months, if you spend time with any of them, I mean, I've got pictures of a baby Cuban iguana. I used to let Leland in the back. We used to let him sit out on the wall as a baby. He won't run away.
Amazing.
Neither with us.
Look at this. And this guy spent all night, he spent all night out, doesn't want to leave, knows where food is. I upset him. He wants to get down, and I'll let him get
Put him
down.
back inside the other cage, though, because he'll fight with Fred.
Oh, okay, let's put him over here. Wow, you can really feel the bulges there on that tail. But look at this. I love how they're just laying out. I mean, it's a true reptile farm situation. These animals are not stupid. A lot of times, Tom, what I say is people tend to keep these animals improperly. They keep them cooped up. They keep them in a fish tank. A fish tank is for fish, not for reptiles. When you give these animals the proper space and time and dedication, they wind up giving you so much more. And by more, I mean they're calm. They show you all their behavior. They kind of hang out. They're eating all these weeds, I guarantee it. When they warm up, they're gonna wander around and just graze.
They do.
Yeah, so cool. What do you got? Oh, nice banana, but it's a little early, I don't know.
He won't eat it out of your hand either as long as you're there.
Fred just ate one.
He wants
Let's
to
see.
pet it.
He wants to be pet. Oh, look at this. He's gonna go grab that banana. It's ripened to to perfection. And these guys will they'll eat the peel and everything. It's no big deal for them.
Fred just ate a whole one.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's back there.
Oh, that's awesome. There he goes. Again, just showing you when animals are this comfortable, they eat in front of you. We walked right over them just to get to see those other iguanas, the Lesser Antilles iguana. But what we really want to show you guys next is something that Tom's grandson Elijah's been working on. Where's Elijah? Come here, Elijah. Check this out. This is really cool. This is something we don't often see. And what's cool is when I come down to visit Tom, I get to see reptiles I don't often get to work with. So Elijah, your speciality has become the Caiman lizard. I've been hearing stories about the way you interact with them. Why don't you show us a little bit what you got going on? Yeah, well, it is early, so we got to let these guys heat up. But most of the time when people are messing with Caiman lizards, they're usually not exactly what you would consider tame. They have a pretty strong bite too, if I'm not incorrect. These guys eat snails. They'll crush snails. And, well, we're going to go in there with some right now. Let's check it out. Let's just make sure we shut that door. How many are in here? Oh, look at this. Just two, but look at that. Look at this. He's coming closer. Yeah, this one's nervous. I'm just going to kind of kneel down a little bit. But this is an awesome species of lizard. And the fact that Elijah is able to put his hands right there is pretty cool.
Come on. I didn't even see the other guy over there.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. Look at this. This thing's curious, man. He's actually coming over to see what's going on. And how long have you been messing with these guys, dude?
About 8 months.
8 months is it?
Yeah, he's about 8 or 9 months old.
That's it?
Yeah.
Only 8 or 9 months old, and he's put on some nice size.
Oh, actually, hold on. He's about 10 months old.
Oh, he's 10 months old. All right.
He's almost a year old.
That is beautiful, though, man. So, that's the male. And the smaller one's the female?
Yeah.
Look at her.
This is tiny.
No way that you're able to do this. That's so cool.
Very nice, girl.
I'll bet. Come on. Look, I think this is one of the most unique and interesting looking lizards that I've ever seen. And I also love the fact that they're highly aquatic.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to set up enclosures like this where you've got really large water enclosure.
They're also highly arboreal.
Are they really?
Yes, very arboreal.
Okay, so these guys are that's why they obviously have a really nice branch over the water. If they're nervous, they'll jump in the water, right?
Of course.
But of course, these guys aren't too nervous. The fact that the male is coming over.
I can't believe this.
Isn't that cool, Matt? Have you ever seen a lizard look like that? They call it a Caiman lizard.
I'm just glad he's coming to the camera.
Yeah, they call it a Caiman lizard because it looks superficially like a Caiman crocodilian. They've got these really pronounced, I don't believe they're osteoderms, but they have an osteoderm-like pattern or features on their back. They're extremely a well-armored lizard.
They definitely are.
Yeah.
I feel the osteoderms do serve as protection.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
just as looks. And I feel like there's more going on in there than just like superficial, Caiman looking behind.
Okay, so it's actually built like a Caiman to withstand, attacks from certain predators and things like that.
I'm just gonna say I had a snapping turtle in here.
Okay.
And he got snapped a couple of times.
Okay.
Moved it out.
Yep.
But he
was
well.
okay.
It didn't even pierce his skin.
That's incredible. That is really cool. Dude, I am really psyched on this, man. The fact that I'm this close and sharing space with this lizard, it's amazing. And these guys are related to tegus, believe it or not.
Just put your hand up.
Put my hand out? Now this is a lot of trust, Elijah.
Yeah.
Look at this. Guys, this is not what normally happens with Caiman lizards. A lot of times the Caiman lizards are imported here into the United States and they come in bad shape, and they're used to eating one type of food, right? They're used to eating snails usually in the wild.
They eat a lot of snails, definitely, but they also eat a lot of like hard-shelled, like freshwater clams. And,
Okay. Oh, I see.
like crawfish and shrimp. They'll catch stuff.
A lot of those arthropods and stuff like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, but the main part of their diet, which is the snails, is really high in protein
Okay.
and low in carbohydrates. But people feed these guys cat food a bunch, and all that soy oil and stuff is super high. It's the complete opposite.
Okay, so
That's why these guys, they end up dying at about this size, because they get fatty liver disease.
That's actually a great point. Yeah, so feeding, of course, dog food and cat food, there's a lot of fillers in those mass-produced foods. And Elijah was just saying that, they'll wind up getting a fatty liver, and that's no good. And that's why usually they make it to this size and they fail.
Pretty much.
Yeah, crazy, man. So here you're giving them the clams, you're giving them snails, you're giving them crawdads, you're giving them everything.
Supplement the calcium with freshwater fish.
Okay.
Because people, you can't, like the salmon and stuff is red, high in mercury, that'll kill them.
Okay. Incredible.
Try and feed them freshwater fish, like from where they're from, like no sickly.
Oh, very cool.
I give them silver sides, which those are migratory fish. They go from brackish water to freshwater to like lay eggs. Like
Okay.
that.
Yep. To spawn.
But they're Atlantic silver sides, which is exactly about
Where they would occur. That's awesome. I just love the curiosity in this animal's eyes. He's interested in what Matt's doing with the camera. He knows he's not getting fed. Now he's just like, all right, I'm gonna go walk back over here. I love the habitat. They can hide in the weeds.
Yeah, if he wants to.
Yep, they can be completely, hidden, which is something that people don't necessarily give their reptiles, right? You want to give these animals a place to feel secure and go through all their behavior, and that's exactly what Elijah's been doing with these.
And you saw where she was when we walked
That's
in.
right.
She was in this brush pile, and then she jumped out. She had no idea what was going on. And then she saw everything was okay.
She just chilled right out. That is so cool, man. Now, did you get these as imports, or were these captive bred? These were
We
imports.
got these from they were farmed.
They were farmed in South America.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when we got them, they were about 5 inches, 6 inches.
No way. So in 10 months' time, you've got these animals to grow nicely.
Absolutely.
Dude, I could spend a long time in here with these lizards because I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I somehow... This might be a fun animal to work with. We could set something up really cool. One of the aquascape ecosystems. We can create a rainforest. This would be an amazing species because for me, I'm interested in the animal's behavior and the different ways that it interacts with its environment. So do you come out, you obviously come out here and just hang out with these guys?
Yeah, I also, part of their diet, I feel like they need to eat every day.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the snails are high in protein, which that doesn't stick to them very well. They kill
Okay.
them, but it doesn't stick to them.
Gotcha. And I'm repeating what Elijah's saying because Elijah is very soft-spoken and we've got the camera on the mic. So Elijah was just telling me that he feels this animal needs to eat every single day, and that's because if they're eating the diet of protein, they're very high in protein. They need more of it to completely get all their.
He loves chasing me around this enclosure.
Yeah, he does. That is awesome. Nope, he's perfect size. You.
That's what they're doing a while. They go out every day looking for something to keep themselves satisfied.
That's it. Yeah, man, I love it. That's the truth. This is awesome, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Caiman lizards. And this would be something that I would love to set up a really nice habitat for, just like you did. I love it. It's got a lot of space. You can walk around in it. The animals have free reign. They've got just as much land as they do aquatic habitat. And yeah, you could do these multi-species exhibits in here. Like I would put, like, for me, I'd love to see some South American non-snapping turtles in here. Would be cool.
You can do basilisk, you can do sailfish.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of.
Yeah, you can do a multi-species look with these lizards, you know, like he said, basilisk would be cool to see. Man, we've got them running around out here. It's so funny. I could literally, I love how he yawns too. He's just like having a lazy day, being a lounge lizard, dude. This is awesome, man. And look at that female, Matt. Go ahead and have a peek at her. She's up on the other branch, all the way on the other side. So it's a large enough enclosure to where if the male and female don't want to be around each other, they've got space to move apart. But you've not noticed any aggression towards each other?
No.
Awesome.
Like if it's food, they'll try and snatch the food out of it.
Right. Okay. So a little competition over food if they're going for the same food item. How often do you see them get in the water?
They spend a lot of time in the water, actually. When I
They do.
feed them, I throw their snails in the water. And they go in the water, they dive down and dig through the mud.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So he'll throw the food in the water. They kind of, I guess, probe the mud, find the food in the mud. So again, that's enrichment. That's all very good stuff to keep these animals' brains functioning properly. Because even though they're reptiles, people think they're not smart. That's the dumbest thing you can do, is misjudge your reptile's cognitive abilities. And look at how it goes over to Elijah. I love that. Look at that. That's a cool lizard, man. That's why we came down here today. I wanted to show you guys some animals that you don't get to see here at the camp, and you get to see just how well behaved these animals are if you have regular interaction with them. I mean, the way Elijah is just touching that animal's face, trust me, these guys have interesting teeth. They're kind of blunted teeth made for crushing through shell, but they've got extremely powerful jaws, and it's like getting bit by a vice grip. So you don't want to be bit by the Caiman lizard. But Elijah, thanks for spending time with me today with your animals. You're doing an amazing job with these. I can see why your grandfather is proud. He's like, you got to see Elijah's reptiles. You got to see what he's done with the Caiman lizard. So good job. Congrats to you. Let everyone know what you think of today's video, friends. What do you think of them? What do you think of Elijah and what he's done with the Caiman lizards? Is this a species you'd like to see at the camp one day? It's always piqued my interest. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again on another adventure, and I'll see you again real soon. See ya.